Let's spice this breakfast up a little bit. I love experimenting with different flavors and different concepts for breakfast. I think it can get boring really quick, you know? Stratas are awesome. They're super flexible. You can freeze them. Omelets are a lot of fun. You can make them up in advance and also throw those in the freezer. But when it comes to, I've got a little bit of time, I want to have a little bit of fun and still make something that I can use later, that can sometimes be a little bit of a challenge. We're going to play with this one and have some fun. I've got a little bit of onion that I'm going to saute off in some macadamia nut oil. I've just put a little bit in the pan. We don't need a lot of it. So we're just going to start off the onions there, and I'm going to move off to the side here a little bit of spinach as well. So we're going with spinach and onion. Of course, if onion isn't your thing, just don't use it. I mean, it's that simple. You could certainly do something a little stronger like arugula with this instead of spinach, which would be really, really great. And actually would be a nice complement because arugula has a very peppery flavor, and we're going with Cajun seasoning. Now, I'm not going to go through all the different ingredients in Cajun seasoning because if you're like me, you may make up your own spices. I mean, I do make my own spices. I make my own Cajun seasoning. But if I ever ran out of my Cajun seasoning, I wouldn't feel bad at all about buying a brand that I love and using that as well. So you don't have to make up these spices, but it's nice to know how to make it because you can tweak it yourself, make it as spicy as you like. Mine is very spicy, I assure you of that. I'm going to sprinkle just a little bit of that on top of the spinach and the onions, just a touch to give it a little bit of flavor. And we're going to start cooking this down. I'm going to move this over to this burner, move this one over here. I've got a pan ready to go to make an omelet shell. Now, I would always have this done. This would be like in the freezer. I would pull it out a day in advance. I would have it ready to go. I wouldn't even have to think about this, but we're going to make this one up real quick because it only takes a second. You don't have to worry about the amount of fat that you have in the pan. I'm using an awesome heart-healthy fat macadamia nut oil. It's high heat stable, delicious, going to give this a buttery flavor and still take care of everything we need to do for the omelet. Where's my special spatula? There it is, the red one. That means it'll take the heat. All right. We're going to get that going. We're cooking our spinach over here. I want to add into this mixture while it's cooking up nicely. Oh, there we go. That's beautiful. I'm going to add a little bit of lean protein. I always like to, I know you're going to say, well, the egg is protein, especially egg white. It's 95% absorbable. I'm still going to add some chicken in because I want to have something to go with that Cajun flavor. Again, I'm going to add a little bit more. Notice I'm just adding it as I go here. I'm not really measuring. You know, we're not using a whole bunch. I'm just adding a little bit in as we go and getting that flavor going on here. I'm going to add a little bit more chicken too. Why not? You've got it here. Ooh, that's good. All right, perfect. I'm going to finish this omelet. We're going to cook this off. We're going to do this one open face in the oven. You can do it in the toaster oven. Super easy. It's going to take about a minute to finish this up real quick. Yummy. All right, we've got a cookie sheet out ready to go here. If you have a non-stick one at home, they're great. Still spray it with a little bit of this because what we're looking to do is toast this bread. So we want to get that down. Of course, this is a whole grain bread that I'm using, the little miniature bread round. Wonderful, wonderful stuff. A lot of fun. Now, I'm going to do this, and I sort of changed my mind as I was finishing this omelet. I want to do this as truly a pure open-faced sandwich. So I'm going to make a very simple omelet, putting a little bit of cheese on the inside here, and fold it over and put it right on top. Now that's a meal unto itself right there. We've got a cheese omelet ready to go, but I want to add some extra flavor. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the spinach that I've cooked in the same pan. I try not to dirty too many pans. I'm always looking out for you. Believe me, I know how much it stinks to have to do a lot of dishes. I've got onion, I've got spinach, I've got pieces of chicken. We're just building this all on top of this wonderful thing. Now I'm leaving a little bit of the bread exposed on the sides because again, this is all nice and hot, ready to go. If the omelet shell you're using was refrigerated or you're pulling it out of the freezer, you could have thrown it in the microwave for 30 seconds just to knock the chill off. We've got this ready to go. We've got some Cajun seasoning mixed on here. I'm going to put a little bit of cheese. Notice I'm not doing a lot. I've put some inside of the omelet. You don't want to load up on cheese. It does have a lot of saturated fat in it. Not something you want to overdo it on. This would easily feed too. I'm going to spray the edges of the bread. The bottom is sprayed. That is going to make toast. Almost like we're doing this on top of toast points. This whole party is going into the oven for about 3 minutes, and we're going to be ready to go. I love this. We made some toast. We made a beautiful egg dish. We put a little bit of cheese in and out, a spicy Cajun and onion mixture on top. You can mix this stuff up. You don't have to do the same old thing. If you've got a little extra time, experiment. Have some fun, try something different. An open-faced omelet sandwich I'm not sharing this one with anyone.